Starting a business is the best way to start making money in a developing country for two reasons. One, there isn't much to do anyway, and two, starting a business in that environment is way easier than anywhere else because all you have to do is make a stupid, simple business for the most basic needs of your people. To help you out even more, here are 10 low-cost businesses that we consider a great place to start in a developing country. Number 1. Recycling businesses. One man's trash is another man's treasure. Did you know there is a business in Kenya that uses plastic waste to create building blocks, roofing tiles, drainage gutters, and even manhole covers? And the cost of production is 25% cheaper than concrete. As people change their collective mentality regarding environmental safety, there is an increasing demand for businesses that can creatively turn trash into gold. Binish Desai, an entrepreneur from India, dubbed the recycler industrial. Paper and gum waste into paving bricks. You might have to get your hands dirty, but if there's demand and money to be made, who cares, right? The point is, there's a lot of waste lying around waiting to be picked up and sorted by someone willing to make some money. In some cases, you can even pick this plastic out for free. What you basically need is to sort this trash out. Find the best recipe on the market, buy or build a press yourself, and scale the operations based on demand. Some may argue that you need a large budget to get started, but if you do enough research on the internet, you'll discover that you don't. While it's true that you may need to invest some money in the beginning to get things started, most people build their presses for a few $1,000s or simply rent them. Binish Desai made it to Forbes 30 under 30 with this business plan, so who says you can't be the next one? Number 2. Distribution businesses. Because population density is much higher in developing countries, you could start a distribution business there. Fast-moving consumer goods such as food, personal care products, chemicals, and fresh fruits and vegetables are among the most profitable items that people trade on the market. Starting a distribution business may be a wise decision for first-generation entrepreneurs because it allows you to start a business with much less risk and financial investment. Furthermore, many developing countries may have less competition in the distribution industry, making it easier for a new business to gain a foothold in the market. A distribution company can fulfill this demand by providing a dependable and efficient method of delivering goods to customers. If you know one owner of a local store or supermarket, ask them if they're interested in working with you on providing this service. Number 3. Cash crop farming. Agriculture is the most important sector in the majority of third-world countries, and growing cash crops generates more income than any other farming activity. Many developing countries have a high demand for cash crops such as coffee, cocoa, and cotton due to their daily use in every household. If you own a piece of land that can be used to grow these basic crops and specialize in making it profitable, selling those to local producers can turn out to be a great source of income. Number 4. Mobile phone repair. In 2023, almost everyone owns a smartphone, and unlike iPhones, most of them are easy to repair. Where there is a high demand for a service, there is also an opportunity to make money. Most people prefer fixing their old devices because it's simply cheaper than buying a new one. If you can specialize in that and capitalize on this idea by offering reliable services in your community, you'll have no trouble making an honest buck. Furthermore, if you have some spare cash, you could consider buying broken phones, laptops, or devices, repairing them and selling them for a profit to people who can't afford new ones. However, before you do so, make sure to thoroughly research your market. You don't want to be crushed by players who are exploiting this niche. Number 5. Water delivery. If there is one thing that people in poor countries lack, it is access to clean water. In some cases, people from remote communities must walk entire miles to reach a source of fresh water, but what if there was someone who could bring that water to them instead? Now, if you already live in a community where this is an issue, you can capitalize on it and make an honest living out of it. According to the World Health Organization, nearly 1/4 of sub-Saharan Africans do not have access to safe drinking water, and many of them have limited access to water for basic sanitation and hygiene. So the demand is quite high. However, you don't have to wait for an NGO to come up and dig wells. You can do it yourself, and maybe with that. Number 6. Handicrafts. Now, if you have a creative mind and enjoy working at home, you could consider starting a crafts business. Starting a business from home requires very little capital investment, and it's a great way to leverage your passion for a specific niche. What's cool about this is that often products made by crafters are unique and people fall in love with that. What's important to note here is that handicrafts businesses will do well in tourist areas because tourists love to buy handmade and unique trinkets they can take back home and offer up as gifts to their friends and family. And if those trinkets also have certain cultural values, that's also a plus because people love to take home a little piece of the place they visit. In any case, starting a handicraft business is one of the safest ways to start a business. Number 7. Home cleaning services. Here's a straightforward but effective strategy. Start by using the products you already use to clean your own house. When you start making money and want to expand, start buying more specialized equipment. You could also expand by offering window cleaning services for businesses, which may require some additional investment and possibly a ladder or two. If you learn the skills, you could even offer pool cleaning or aquarium maintenance services, but keep that in mind for later pressure washing. Number 8. Food stalls on the street. Asia is famous for its street food industry, and many tourists want to visit and explore its diversity. The key factor here is to be unique and develop a recipe and brand that stands out from the rest of the stalls aside from the demand generated by tourists. Street food is a popular and convenient option for many local Asians, and it is frequently in high demand. Street food stalls typically have low overhead costs because they do not require a lot of space or expensive equipment, which means you can start your business with a low initial investment, which is more than ideal because street food is typically sold at a low price point. You can make a profit even with a low sales volume, and you could also keep costs under control by sourcing locally. Only pay which low-cost business mentioned in this video appears to be the most interesting to you. Leave your answers in the comments below, and if you're living in a developing country, share with us what you would add to this list. We're so curious to know how many of our business owners and what sectors they're actively participating in. And if this video does well, we're going to make another and more advanced version for those of you who've already got a business.